Police gave me a call and they wanted me to go on there. Again, I'm gonna do it because I'm chilling out at the crib, having my little beer, smoke my little joint, calmadito, and in Chicago. So I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna give you something about uh, Papo King. Okay, Papo King. A lot of people. There's been a few Papo Kings, but there's in Chicago and everywhere else I know. But I'm talking about Chicago Homo Park. But there's only one Papo King that I'm talking about, and that Papo King was one of the original Latin kings from the '60s. The man was, hey, to me, he was like an uncle. He gave me nothing but love. Every time he was always around. I was always, from when I knew him when I was little, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, on Cortez and Ashland and Thomas, over there by the Gents, because like I said before, and people may not know now, whatever's politics are now, like between specifically, I'll talk about the Gents because I was a Harrison Gent, 7983, and I had two uncles who were Gents in the '60s, and another one that was a king. That was King Playboy, Chael, King Playboy, Chael Playboy, or Playboy Chael. And Papo King was main motherfucking bro. And Papo King, if you look at the old gangster videos, look at those videos about from the 1920s and 30s of the gangsters that were here. Even like even like El Capone. Even like El Capone. This I ain't even say that, but he was a true Chicago gangster. I knew all my life. So when after the years had passed in the late '70s, and that neighborhood over there by West Town, which is by Ashland Thomas, Ashland Cortez, that was all Latin Kings at one time. But once they started to fade out and all that, because Lord Gino from the Kings of Chicago, he was the one that was the chief there, but he went to prison. So little by little, they got older, they had kids, and their kids didn't turn Latin King, they turned Harrison Gent, because in 1980, the Gents, Little Rita from the Lady Gents, well, she was the president of Lady Gents, but to me, she was the president of the Gents. She went over to that side of where the Kings used to be, Cortez and Ashland and Thomas, and she started the Gents over there. There were Gents there, but she organized them. So she was the one that founded Cortez and Ashland, Rita. Rita was the one, it was a female that founded Cortez and Ashland, or Thomas and Ashland, and that was Little Rita. And the Gents. There was no guys that found the shit there. Because the guys that went over there, and they didn't do shit but fucked everything up. And those were the ones from Bosworth and Division. Because I used to be there. That's how I started with them in 1979 with the Gents when I was 13, going to be 14. I went over there. Oreo had been around recruiting. This guy, Puncher, Oreo was like 15. Puncher from the Vikings was like 20-something. I didn't like him. And they were my enemies, and they tricked on my uncle, Playboy, sent him to prison. They shot my cousin, my other uncle, and he wanted me to be a Viking? Fuck you, nigga. I told that nigga after a while, I told him I don't want to be about nothing. He kept on pressing me, and one day, he come up, man, you gonna be a Viking, this and that. And you know what I told him? Unknown, yo, yeah. I told Puncher in his face, he had a bunch of other little Vikings in there that I knew. They had been golden dragons with me, because it was a little gang we started. But it was nothing. I told him, nigga, I threw it up to 1G. I'm a Harrison Gent. And his mouth dropped. And then I went over to by the hood, turned myself in to Rita, because she was the one I came and met her. She even put a gun on me. She didn't know who I was. But we did know each other because our families knew each other from before that, because I was from that neighborhood. In 65, 66, 66, 67, 68, 69, I lived on Bosworth in Blackhawk, 1408. I got my video of the building. And matter of fact, the girl that lives there now, she's a beautiful young white lady, white girl, and she's like some kind of, she does whatever. She's an executive or something. But when I talked to her, she looked at me. She said, "Come on in. You want to come and look?" I was like, "What?" She goes, "Come in the house." I said, "Whoa, man, that threw my hairs up." And I walked into that place. All my memory about that house got firebombed when I was a little kid. I got almost burned up. And then they threw a bomb at me, and there was two other little Polish kids with me. They threw a bomb, the Playboys, the whites, and they blew us up. They blew me up because I was Latino and Puerto Rican, and my uncles were H-Gents. Plus, they didn't like my mom because my mom had beat the fuck out of one of those Playboys girls, fucked her up, two of them, put them in the hospital. One white, one Mexican. All right, because the Mexicans were riding with the whites too. They were there. I'm talking about the 60s now. All right, 1960s. Fucked her up, put them in neck braces and everything. And then they got fucked up. The gents, the kings, and whatever Latinos were around there, Latin pimps, everybody. And a lot of white people joined us too to fuck those PvP up because they were nothing but fucking bullies. Bullies, and they were raping other, like, Polish girls that would just come from Poland. They called them DPs. What the fuck is that? DP, what, I forgot what it was. Not deported people, but people that came here because of the war. But they call them DPs, and they would fuck them up. And my motherfucker, they raped them from couple white girls, and they were white too. But these were nasty motherfuckers. Some, not all. There were some that were cool, but there were some that were nasty. And remember, that's the same thing that applies with me. When I was a gent, there was some that were cool, and there were some that were nasty. I was not a nasty person. The only thing is that if you fuck with me and you did something to me, like that, or you did something to my family, or you did something to a Latino, or something that I seen you do that was unrighteous, motherfucker, I was coming for your ass. At a young age, I turned into a demon like that. I turned into a demon not against whites, but against Seattle, Washington. What's up, brother Jeffrey Lawrence? My man, what's up, brother? You gonna hear me from Chicago talking about the gangs and stuff in Chicago from the 60s up to now, because, I'm from Chicago, but I'm trying to go out there with you. So I'm in South Dakota too. I love it out there in South Dakota, bro. I want to take a trip out there where you guys are out in Seattle, all that stuff, to go see everything. But like I'm saying, talking about the gangs in Chicago. So it's not that I was against the whites. So a white person, if I seen a white person, it was not like I seen the devil. It was when I seen a white person that was doing some shit that was nasty. But also, with my own, if I caught a Puerto Rican like me doing some nasty shit, like I caught a motherfucker that was owning a store, and the lady had 7 kids, Puerto Rican young lady, had no education, come from Puerto Rico. She was pretty, and everybody was taking advantage of her, just fucking her, all right, fucking her, and this dude from the store, he's gonna, not only she would go in there with her food stamps to get her little bit of food for her kids, 7 or 6 kids that were in the neighborhood right there. And I'll tell you about the family, and this hit me hard. I'll tell you why, because I ain't telling you the story, but it's in my book. Those kids all died in a fire. So anyways, before that fire happened, I had found out what that fucking storm did. I went in there with my boys. We were 13, 14, 15. I went in there with guns. All of us went in. I brought all my motherfuckers in there with guns. All right? And he had his shit too. But he had to shut the fuck up, nigga. Unless you're going to make your wife a widow and your kids, all of them. Because we're going to kill you right here. I told him. We all had guns on them. And we found out that she would have went in there. He manipulated her and he was fucking her in the back so that she can get extra milk and whatever. And even then, it was bullshit because they used to tax her double. She go in there for a gallon of milk, 1980s, with a food stamp. Maybe what was a gallon of milk? $2? They charge her for it. Then they take her in the back and fuck her. And do all kinds of nasty shit with this lady who had kids. And who was fucking, this girl was just fucked up by men. So we tried to protect her whatever we can, but it was too late already. And I didn't know how to move fast enough because I was a young kid. That was my neighborhood. Yeah, the Puerto Ricans did. Yes, no, yeah, we did. with the Chicago Mafia. Yes, the Italians with the patch on Grand and Ogden. I could tell you stories about that. Yeah, my uncle, the Latin Kings did, the H-Gents, all of us did. They were dumb. And then I knew them from that. I used to be over there because my father was Mexican. I grew up with my parents, but he had died, but I had relatives over there. So I had Italian, Mexicans and Italians. They were my relatives on Grand Avenue by Ohio, by fucking Noble. And I would go over there with them. But we did do business with the drugs. We did business with the guns. And we did it early in the 50s and 60s with Sam Giancana. And it's in my fucking book about how the Puerto Ricans came up through the Italians in the 1950s with the connections to the drugs and then with the politics. The Puerto Ricans did business and do business to this day with the Italians. And there's a lot of Italians over here on Ohio 11 in Chicago and on fucking Taylor Street that are Puerto Rican and Puerto Rican and Italian too. Yes, they're still connected. Politically, Freddie, they're still connected. I'm doing business with them. If you do politic business, you're going to do politic business with the Latinos. Yeah, it's hell yeah. Wait, I'm going to tell you, you unknown, I'm going to give you, like I told you, I promised a few of you. I could give only like maybe 6. I got 10 books you're going to give me. I'm going to sign it. I'm going to give it to you because everything what you're talking about is in my book. It is in my book about the mafia. Matter of fact, the Latin King, one of the main princes, I'm going to call him. I can't give him his real name. You already know. Lex Rex. Now, Lex Rex is about 76 years old. No, we got power. The Puerto Ricans, we got power here. The thing is, it's concentrated in the hands of a few, and they don't want to share it with us. You understand? I'm only 40 years old, so I love... Okay, 40. If you're 40, you're about the age of my son, which was in the 80s. You were born in the late 70s or early 80s, right? Yeah, your father and your mom would know what I'm talking about. And I may even know them. If they're from Humboldt Park, if they're from Wicker Park, they're from West Town, and they're over there from the patch by the Italians, I may know them. I know, you were born in 82. My son was born in 84. So 82, yeah, that's when I was a Harrison-Gent at that time. I was gangbanging at that time, 82. Shooting motherfuckers. But, hey, just in case, I'm going to put a story out there. A long time ago, around that time when you were born, I'm not saying it's you, but there was a shootout on Ellen and Wood Street between the Gents and the Warlords. They tried to set us up. And I remember when I had let them know there was a shootout on 18th Street, so they knew Magilla. They knew Gorilla from the Laughing Lovers. They knew Johnny Gatto. They knew motherfucking Felix. All right? Gatto from the Counts. My family was from there. They were Morgan Deuces from 18. My father was from 18th Street. He was born there in the 1940s. And he was a Morgan Deuce Jr., or original Morgan Deuce. Ambrose, yeah. Yeah. Oh shit, my dad was an old school Ambrose. Oh, Ambrose, yeah. But the Ambrose were older, unknown. The Ambrose, I found out from the information I got, the Ambrose is not a Mexican gang. It didn't start as a Mexican gang. It started as an Italian gang, like in the 40s or the 1950s. So the Ambrose is an old-ass gang. 63rd and Ambrose Beast, the Ambrose, your crew, 21st and Kelly, yeah. You know 21st and Kelly, that's Aggie by the SDs, right? I knew Little Aggie, his brother, Big Aggie's little brother Aggie, and his son, that Big Aggie's son, they got 80 years or 90 for that murder back in 2002 or something, because I was locked up. We were all locked up together. His son, he got 90 years. That motherfucker come back. I said, man, what happened, bro? Man. Yeah, you heard of him? Yeah, he got 90, bro. But that's not the end. He can come back on an appeal. There's time there's an appeal for him to come out. There's no way that he could have, listen, he was a little kid. He took a shot. He has fired a shot like fucking 4 blocks. You tell me he intended to, you tell me how that he intended to kill somebody from 4 blocks. No, it's not there. There's no intent to murder. Maybe manslaughter, but not murder. Yeah, the two boys. Yeah, when I was a juvenile counselor back in 1990s, I had a 2 boy named Sergio from Cicero. I had to pick up because it was daily reporting center. So I used to pick them up at their houses, take them to the center, and then go to court with them. And I tried to get him. I lied, man, if I had to get him out of jail. And but he caught a murder case. He killed somebody, so I couldn't do nothing. It was over with. The Ambrose are small now, but they're big. And matter of fact, my cousin, okay, so on Cullerton and Paulina, somewhere around there, in the 70s and the 80s, the first chapter of my book talks about the Ambrose because my cousin is Indian, and I was starting with the Indians. But in that story, they were raised over there by the Ambrose on Cullerton and Paulina, 21st and Paulina, something like that, right there. And there's a story about the Greek. If your family's the Greek, if your family are Ambrose, ask them about the Greek. The Greek was a Greek kid, a white guy, and he used to run around there. And finally, the Villalobos killed him. The Puerto Rican Villalobos killed him. That was the Greek. And then there was a whole bunch of them. She told me. In the 80s, yeah, it was crazy, man. Fucking, you guys were. I used to go over there, right, when I was a young kid. 'Cause I was looking for my family. And I knew my family was from right there. And I would go around there. I was like 14, 15 in my car. I get out. I had no gang shit. I'm looking for my family. I'm asking people that I know, that I didn't even know. But they were young. I was like, hey, bro, what's up? Hey, who you, man? What's up? They were cool with me. Hey, what's up? I said, I'm just here because I'm trying to. Do you know anybody by the name of Carrillo? Carrillo? No, we don't know nobody. But it turned out that all those fucking same people that I had asked about Carrillo, they knew my family, except my family was in Carrillo. My family was Solorio over there. Damn, so that's why I didn't find them. Playing I used to play in the dirt watching those motherfuckers on Ashland. Shootouts, every fucking thing, bro. Against the PvPs, and that was in the 60s. I had a babysitter named Arnold. He was a coolie level. I remember the PvPs came one day, and everybody went after him in the neighborhood. They pulled up in front of across street from Wells High School going north. They tried to open the trunk to get bats out, but the coolie lambos flooded them before they get the bats out, and they beat their dog asses down. I was standing right there. Fuck them up. And I remember another time when the Playboys got fucked up by Ashland Beach by the Gents. Those white boys weren't nothing nice. They were fucking killers too. And then Babe from the Coolie Lamos, he was like my stepdad. He killed one of them, went to prison on Bosworth with a shotgun, blew his head off. And that was 69, 70, 71. I got clippings and all that stuff. And there's people over, like the Land Drivers. There's some guys right here. The Land Drivers came after that, the Milwaukee Kings. I knew all of them. But I knew a family to me who's a Land Driver. I'm not sure if you're on here or not, but I'm going to tell you that his name is, because he's my first wife's PNC. Yeah, but they used to call him the Peanut Butter Crew, right? What was it, Paulina Berry Community? Was it Paulina Berry Community? Because you said PNC, but I know Paulina Berry Community. That's over by the Simon City Royals and all those guys. What the Gents were with the Simon City Royal at the end, it was a gent. He was a fucking monster beast. I didn't even want to fuck with him. He seen me, met me, and I was like, hey, Joe, what's up? And we're talking. He goes, yeah, I'm over here. And I was like, I don't want to be in none of this shit, man. Hell no. Because the Gents and the Spanish Simon City Royals got together real tight at the end. All right, we used to fight each other, but after that, they were tight, bro. Everybody came together. Bulldog, I was in the joint with the guy who killed Bulldog, all right? And that was for the unknowns. What the fuck was his name? I'll tell you his name later. I know his real name, but I ain't gonna put his real name out there. He was with me. He got 40 years, and the other guy got 60, I think. He told me how the whole thing went down, how they killed Bulldog. They had got stopped before by the police searched them, but they had hid the guns. Then they were in the same area. They called Bulldog in a tavern, somewhere I think on Belmont or Clybourne or Elston, somewhere around there. And he was in that tavern, but it was all whites. And they shot a fucking news reporter. That's where they fucked up. They shot a news reporter, and then they shot him. They said Bulldog pulled out a gun, but it wasn't real. And my boy said, you already know, we gunned the whole place up. We gunned him up, we gunned everybody going out. And I said, well, how you got caught? He said, because the fucking detectives had stopped us before. Remember our identities, who they stopped, they had it on the computer. And they just came back and picked us up and got us. Yeah, I seen some stuff popping up there, but I'll tell you, this is just what he told me, the killer. One of the guys, it was two guys who killed Bulldog. And one of the guys who were charged was with me in Division 1. He was insane unknown. And that was in 80, probably 88, something like that. Or even before, I'm not sure. But it was in the 80s. Yep. And that's how that happened right there. So that's just another little bit of history. I'm going to let that go now because, like I said, I'm talking about Chicago. I'm talking about gangs. And I don't want to get lost because there's so much shit that I could be talking about. That's the truth. You know, that I get confused myself sometimes. So, yeah, that was a little bit of history, especially with the insane unknowns. You know, I know a lot of people. And you'll meet a lot of people if you're, unfortunately to this day, if you're a person going to keep on going to jail, you catch cases when you go to joint, you're going to run into everybody from everywhere. You know, north side, south side, west side, everywhere. Suburbs, yeah, everywhere. I don't know about the Cobras and the Sureños on the north side. I don't know about that current stuff. I know about the old side. I know the Cobras were there. I remember who I knew, and he, rest in peace, he was a bad motherfucker from the Cobras. And that was called, his name was Flaco. Flaco went to the joint in the 80s sometime, and he went on a visit and swallowed some balloons of cocaine, and I think the cocaine busted in his stomach. He died in jail. But he's the one that came around the neighborhood by Ashland and Cortez and promoting the Ashland Vikings, stating that we should, because we had started a little bullshit gang, 78, 79. And that little gang was called the Golden Dragons, but there was 20 of us. So what happened was, from that little bullshit gang, the Golden Dragons, black and gold, and we had our emblem and everything in our neighborhood right there, but we weren't gangmen. We were just little, you know, they were not these little, they were older. Oh, Ashton Cortez is La Raza's now? Oh, shit. Hey, if La Raza can handle it down, if they can hold it down, that's good then, fuck it. You know? I mean, I didn't know that. That's news to me, for real. That Ashton Cortez. But so it went from that neighborhood right there used to be the Gaylords. From the Gaylords, we went to the Latin Kings. From the Latin Kings, Little Rita from the Harrison Gents took it. Little Rita, female, took it. And then it went to Coco and went to whoever else down the line after that. And to, I guess now, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's something. That's something. If La Raza got it, they got it. Hey, everybody got their props. Take care of the neighborhood, that's all. Take care of the people. Look out for them. Don't terrorize them. Don't fucking be out there robbing them and stealing from them. G26 had a set on Sunnyside and Dickinson. I'm not sure, bro. They may have. No, Rosses is all yup. Okay, it's all yuppies. Oh, Stone Kent. Man, who's this? Oldies 91? All right. I could talk about these guys when I was locked up. Two Stone Kents. Annabelle, and the other one had one patch eye. Yeah, one with the patch eye was Puerto Rican. He was in Dixon with me for a murder. And Aniva from the Stone Kents. He was Puerto Rican. And he was Stone Kents. So these two guys, they were down for murder and they got out and everything. And then I got my boy, that I'm not going to say his name. But me and him, he's a Stone Kent. And me, Fat Nick, did you know a Kent name? No, I didn't know Fat Nick. I don't know him like that. I only know a few now. When I went to the joint, Stone Kent. But I know somebody now that knows everybody, but I can't say his name. But that's my boy. I'm just going to tell him. his nickname, I can say his nickname, but Mito is my boy. So me and Mito were in the joint with Gorilla from the Latin Counts. And motherfucking, the last time we were down there, I forgot where the fuck they have some Stone Kent shirts on eBay right now. Stone Kent from, okay, yeah, Stone Kent. No, I don't know Stone Kent Rudy. I don't know. I know Mito, and I knew the two brothers that got locked up. And then now I know some other ones, but I don't know their names because I just went over to the party with them over there by 21st and Cal because they're right around. They're still there. Listen, anybody thinks Stone Kents are gone? You better erase that shit. They're still there. The Stone Kents are still fucking there. And the same motherfuckers from the 80s, they're still there. On my mama. And they throw it up. Well, me and my boy are so close that we say Stone Gent. So when we represent to each other, we say Stone Gent. Stone Gent. You know? And yeah, the Stone Kents, yeah. He got his sweater, black and gray or something like that. Yeah, they're still around. Those motherfuckers ain't gone nowhere. They're low-key. Yes, oldies are low-key, but they're still all fucking out there. Go over to talking some shit and see what's going to happen to your ass. Go over to some shit, you're going to get fucked up. Yeah, they will fuck your ass up. They're all over there. Black and white, I don't know what the color was. As far as I seen, I got a sweat. You know what? I got a video with them. It's in my YouTube channel right here. But it doesn't say Stone Kent. It's with my guy, Mito. He's in there. And he got the Stone Kent sweater on. But other than that, I don't, So yeah, like I'm saying, let me get back because I'm getting confused and I'm fucking... Hey, this is really great, bro. Everybody, look, all you guys, man, I swear to God, there's 9 people watching. Everybody who watched this, man, I appreciate it because this is just a simple message. We all should get together. We need to have peace. But like I said, bro, everything Flip Kings and Colorton do. Yeah, they did Flip Kings and Colorton do. Did you know, what the fuck was his name from the Colorton Deuces? Jerry Negretti, Robot. Did you know Robot? Did you know Robot from the Colorton Deuces? Because their Deuces are Deuces. The original Deuces the Morgan Deuces are the original Deuces of all the Deuces. That's the 18th and Morgan is the birthplace of the Deuces in Chicago, as far as I'm concerned, with the ones that we got, like Insane Deuce or whatever. They're all Deuces now. They always been, but they had different names. Was Kings Deuces 2-2 boys? I think they were. I think the Deuces rode with the Kings. Yeah. No, I think the Deuces and the Kents rode with the Kings. Yeah, those Deuces did. They did. Matter of fact, the the Deuces over there in Bridgeport here from a while back. I don't know if they call themselves the Morgan Deuces too, because they were on Morgan. I think they were rode with the Kings too. Yeah. Because that's how it was. It was a long time ago. And the Deuces, if you're an Insane Deuce, Colorton Deuce, whatever Deuce you are, I claim, from what I learned from these other older Deuces, my father was an old dude. I didn't get to talk to him about it, but my father's friends, 3 of them, years later, 10, like right now, maybe 10, 12 years ago, they told me about the Deuces, all about the Deuces, how they were even trying to spread out. He told me they didn't give him permission. Sal Alonso was a dude. He's an old Deuce. And the Alonsos moved from 18th Street to Augusta behind Wells High School. And they tried to bring the Deuces with them, but the Deuces said no. So they had to they made another gang, they were called the Coachmen. Coach, C-O-A-C-H. Like a coach from a train in the back, Coachmen. And then that's what they became. So, but the Deuces on the projects and all that, those Deuces, those are all from 18. Those are all the parents of them are all from 18th Street, West Coast. Sureños and Norteños. Oh, they're here, bro. Yes, they did. The Kings and Deuces shared that project together. Yeah, they did. But the Kings got it now. Yeah, yeah. Douglas Park, the whole city, and the Puerto Ricans. Guess what? We're not only in the north side. We have a long history. According to a bunch of people, one person I talked to, Prince DJ from the Latin Kings, who's still alive. I got to get a hold of that motherfucker, but I gotta have to come with some money because he likes. I gotta take him out to eat. I gotta take him out to eat and drink and treat him like the chief he is, so he can give me a story. But he was telling me about how the Puerto Ricans over there in the south side, he knew Larry Hoover when he was a little kid. You know, Puerto Ricans were over there in that Woodlawn and all that area, and they still are. A lot of Puerto Ricans are married to blacks over there. Oh, you went to Wells in the '90s? Yeah, okay. I went to Wells in the '90s also. Clemente, okay. So you know, Papa, you know what it is. The thing is, that Clemente High School that you're talking about, it was controlled by Jose Lopez Rivera, he was professor, and what they did was they got all the money, crying that the Puerto Ricans needed help, and they scammed all the money. That's what they scammed the money. Oh, Wells was a fucking crazy place. There was a Puerto Rican building on Marshall. The Colones, their last name on Marshfield. The Colones. I probably know who they are. I gotta know if they were on Marshfield. Were they Harrison Gents? Probably. They had to be. If they were there, they had to be Harrison Gents. At that time. All right. Gangs came in after that. They took over. Some other people came over there. I think the Maniacs came over there too at one time. But that history is there, but people don't really want to know about it. Or not know about it, they don't really want to talk about it. Or they don't know that it's valuable. I got 8 people here watching me. You guys are spending time with me, watching me to listen to what I'm talking about, because what I'm talking about is I'm trying to put if a piece that I say fits with you, then you know what it is already. Marshall Boulevard and 20. Yeah, those are Kents though. The Chad Hapler, yeah, I'm gonna have that book out, Chad. But there were Land Kings there, but the Stone Kents are in that corner building, all that area. Those are Stone Kents. Popeyes was over there. Yes, the book. All right, I'm gonna have it out. Like I said, it took me a long ass fucking time to do it, but I did it. If the only thing I do in my life after this, it was write that book, the book that's coming out now, then I did my job. This is our history, yeah. It is. We need to put into it too. Any brothers got some, you guys have any ambitions of writing anything, write it, Papa, write it. Because you can do it. You write your story, you can make a nice little decent book. I'm on publishing knowledge. You publish your knowledge of what you know, and you're going to help a lot of people. I miss Freddy's Pizza. Get the fuck out of here. You fucked me up with Freddy's Pizza, motherfucker. I'm hungry as hell. And they're closed. I can't walk down the street. The book is going to come out on Amazon.com. I'm hoping by December, but it'll be out by January, February, something like that. See, because I had to pay $1,100 to get it professionally edited and then have it published. Okay, Mob Hits, yeah. Hey, you're gonna, Lady Queen, yeah, I like to read it. Last gang book I read was Lady Queen. You know what? Latin Queens are in there too. I tell the history of how the Milwaukee Kings used to be Latin Kings and the Latin Queens. And I tell names about Latin Queens. One of them was Mercy. And I knew Mercy real good because Mercy, my Uncle Rat, had a son with Mercy's sister. And then Mercy, I knew her after that. She was a little bit older than me, but you know, we were like this. We never done them, but I'm telling you, my uncle was, Lazy Gent, get the fuck out of here. But the Lazy Gents were all white back then. They were all white. There was a lot of gangs that were named Gents, I found out, even before the Harrison Gents started. But the Lazy Gents, I believe, came first before the Harrison Gents. I believe. I'm not sure, but I'm going to find out. Because the white gangs, yeah. The Italians, yeah. My cousin was Bandit from the C-Notes. Do you know Bandit from the C-Notes, Jaws? Bandit from the C-Notes. turned out to be my cousin, and we used to fight, almost try to kill each other from Ohio 11 when I was a gent. And then the lazy gents, I knew one only. He was his brother was Frankie O. Frankie O was a Cino. If you know who it is, then you know who it is. I ain't gonna set him out there because me and Frankie O went to school together from St. Boniface, from first grade to eighth grade. And when the third grade came, me and Frankie O from the Cinos were picked as we were fucking we were altar boys. Can you imagine that? Two altar boys. One right here who's gonna be a gang banging Harrison gent, and the other one right here, Blanco, who's gonna be the leader of the Cinos. And then we're gonna what Aunt Gloria? Wait a minute. Okay, Aunt Gloria was a lady. Gee, you're no my cousin. My cousin. See what happened was I'm Puerto Rican and Mexican. My father was Mexican, but he was born in Chicago in 1947. His father was born in San Antonio, born in Tyler, Texas in 1918. So what happened was that, the fuck I was talking about. Anyways, what happened was that my Mexican family, my father's aunt, my father's sister, moved over there, got married to a man, and they lived, and they were and had kids, and they raised in the Cinos neighborhood, and those were my cousins. Joe Bandit, Big Bandit, Little Bandit, and there was another one. Yeah, Ohio 11. And Frankie O, me and Frankie O went to school together, and he was like this with me, bro. I remember coming through the Spanish Nights neighborhood, and I'm standing out. They had me, bro. They had me. Yeah, I knew Red. Red was a bad motherfucker, bro. He was cool. He never jumped on me. He gave me my, they had me surrounded a few times, and I had lit them up. We were fighting, we were gunning each other, But I never called the cops on them, and they never called the cops on me. The Chi was, yeah, but because they had to be. The Chi West had to be racist because they had to fucking protect their neighborhood. They're the only motherfuckers that I know that kept their neighborhood from the fucking 1940s or 50s. The Chi West has always been there. Yeah, Red, Stanley, and John. Yeah, I remember those guys. Man, we used to fucking gun it up. We were fucking shootouts, bro. Man, it's all in the book. I got that shit in the book. We a ton of family in Chicago. I feel like you're my friend. Yeah, bro. Hey, that's right, Amy K. Because you know why? When it comes down to it, it comes down to who is real. Who's talking about real? Am I talking about, oh yeah, motherfucker, did not? No, that's the experience we had. Let's live with it. Let's get over with it. Let's teach others not to get caught up in it. And our kids and everybody else, it's not going to solve a whole bunch of problems, but it's going to solve it between us. We don't need no other motherfuckers to help us do what the fuck we have to do in this city. We could do it ourselves. For real. That's what the politics are about. That's what the fucking company, the Erie House, all those little non-for-profits, they're out, they get their money saying that they're going to help the people in the community. So when they do that and they get all this money and they don't, you got to be on them like white on rice. All right? Yeah, bro. All right, Amy K. Erie House. Yeah, Erie House. Yeah, the SDs, yeah. The twins, oh, hell no, the twins, yeah. I think one of them passed away. I used to get along with one, and the other one I didn't, but I couldn't tell who the fuck they were. And sometimes I couldn't tell, unless when I talked to him, then he would react. The one that was cool with me, hey, what's up? And the other one would just stay like this. He wouldn't talk to me. Yeah, he wouldn't talk to me. That was the twins. But yeah, that's the history from there. And there's a lot of people. It's not only Puerto Ricans. Remember, when we talk about this book, I'm not just talking, is that if you were there, your people were there, you could be white, you could be black, you could be Asian. I'm only coming from the viewpoint of the Puerto Rican because I'm Puerto Rican. I can't come from no other way. But incorporated inside that being Puerto Rican is also having everybody that are your allies, which are white, black, and everybody. Do you know how many white guys were with us? How many blacks? And do you know how these guys were not? These were super motherfuckers, bro. They're some fucking straight up killers. You fucking got white people with you, bro, and you're gangbanging, you're gonna have the hardest motherfucker. I'd rather have with me. I'd rather have white people with me and blacks and natives and even Asians than against me. So why can't we just get together? Fuck that. Let's get together and hook up. All right. So I want to let this go because I've been on this 40 something, 40 minutes and 15, and people are still on there, and I thank yous and appreciate it. You know, kicking it like this because this is the real thing. I'm gonna still come out here. Amy K, 100%. Yeah, I got you, Amy K. Amy, where you from? Chicago too, right? So yeah, look out for a couple of videos I'm gonna put out. I'm trying to get more real. I'm gonna get people that I know to come on too, because I know I'm talking about it. I prefer to bring, we're all together. Okay, Amy, like talking about back in the days. Yeah, talking back in the days. What I want to do is I want to get people to be able to talk on the days here. Okay, so I got people already lined up. They're older people, and the one I want to put on here now. You're in South Dakota, okay, Amy? I'm insistent. Not right now, but that's where I'm at. I'm on the Lake Traverse Reservation, Siston, South Dakota, Amy. That's where I'm at. Are you Chuck's daughter, granddaughter? Chuck Floral? Amy? Because Chuck Floral he's my mentor. He's the editor of the newspaper, and that's how I learned how to become a real reporter. Oh, you were relocated to, okay. Are you Dakota, Lakota, or Nokota? I know you got to be one of the three, right? I know you're Sioux. You're Sioux, right? Is it Sisseton or Sasa? Yes. Amy, I'm over there. My cousins are the Crawfords, the Renvilles, the Labats, who else? There's a few of them, but my cousins are Crawfords, and then some Crawfords, Labats. What the other? There's a few of them. Oh, Renville, and Iron Shield. What's your uncle's name? Bo? If it's Bo Crawford, yeah, I know him. That's my brother. Yeah, yeah. I'm your cousin. Yup, that's right. I'm his man. That's right. I'm his guy. You follow me. Cousin Bo's a bad motherfucker, bro. I haven't seen him for a while. But I talked to him not too long ago, right? So he's telling me that he's over there in South. I think he's in fucking, he's not in Watertown. I think he's in fucking, where the fuck is he at? Sioux Falls. I think he's in Sioux Falls working right now. But I'm going to hook up when I go back. You know? Because he is down. And I told him when this shit hits, I'm out there. I'm going to go move out there. I'm going to have me a little piece of land with horses, cows, sheep, goats, hens, chickens, dogs, cats, everything. That's what I want. I want nothing but wildlife. Okay, you can message me privately. You can do it through J, which is Joseph, lowercase, M as in Michael, C as in cat, S as in senior, R as in Raphael at AOL.com. No, I don't know Tato. Is he from Chicago? Or I know, I heard the name, but I don't know if that's the person you're talking about. Tato, and those names are common. Tato, Tata, Titi, stuff like that. They're all common. Papo, they're real common. So yeah, if that's how you want to email me, you got me, is email me. Lowercase, everything. J as in Joseph, J again as in Joseph, M as in Michael, my middle name, C as in cat, gato, C, cat, SR, which is abbreviation for senior, at AOL.com. Yeah, I'm in it to win it. I want to connect. I want to do something here. I'm not trying to do nothing but King Love or Love. Yeah, whatever you want, brother. King love or love, whatever you want. I mean, hey, the kings, gents, everybody. We should all be together. Kings, gents, is only a little section of what we were. Those are only the nicknames, the little club names. Sub King, all right? Sub King. Who the fuck is Sub King? Sub King, get the hell out of here, Sub King. You got big ears. Why? You Sub King, what the fuck is a Sub King? You're either a king or you're not. But those are just the clubs that we all. If we think it like that, I know we're cousins. All right, I'm on. Amy, you probably are. Yeah, because I know you got to be cousin to my cousin, which is Rochelle. All right, she's in the go look in the tribal government because they're in the government building, all of them. You know, hey, I love Siston. I love Siston. I'm 57. As soon as my book hits, and as soon as my shit comes through, and I get a few dollars for myself, which should be by next June, I'll have enough, Amy, to buy me Kings from Wabansia. Oh, I remember the ones from Wabansia, yeah, but that was a while back. Pulaski Park, yeah, that was Playboy Ventures of Pulaski Park in the 60s, all whites, then it turned Gents, then it turned Milwaukee Kings, then it turned Jivers, and whatever after that. But yeah, Pulaski Park, I was raised there. Yes, I love Siston, Amy, and so like I said with my dream, if I get me, when my little bit of money comes through, I was looking over there because since the reservation is checkerboard, and I learned what that means. That means that the checkerboard means this is reservation land, but this piece here and this piece we're going to steal from you guys, and they stole it from the tribe. So you got people that are private land inside the reservation. Peace out, oldies. Had the cool. Okay, Amy, you gonna go? Are you going to the powwow tomorrow in the Black Hills? Because my cousin's gonna be over there, and she's gonna film for me. So I'm gonna have a video to put up on YouTube tomorrow. Is in the Black Hills. I do the reason why I delete my video because of the rocks, and because those rocks are very important, and I can't put out anything about them because what I found was a place that's an ancient site. Maybe not that ancient, but it is where the in the early 1800s and maybe the 1700s, 1600s, and then going back, what I found was a place where they had a village. So I had to take the videos down because I go by what they say when I'm there, and that's their land and that's their people. And they told me they didn't want people, because what happens is that somebody will look at that and they will go and they will go over there and try to loot that place, and that place. King James, yeah. So that's why I took it off King James. I had to take it off because of the tribe. Okay, I go by the tribe. The tribe run. That's whatever I find. I gotta take some shit. I got some stuff, man. You a freak out. I'm gonna make a video about it again, but I can't say where I got it from because people are gonna come steal, and I can't do it, and it's gonna be my fault, and that's their land. How am I gonna do that? I can't do that. So I had to take everything down. But they did go over there, and they marked the place. They're supposed to go over there, supposedly, and they're supposed to start doing some searching. All right. See, because when I found those stones and all that stuff, I wasn't just tripping out on weed. I had studied this shit for about at least fucking 8 years. So then that's when my eyes opened up and I was able to see what the fuck I'm looking at. Hey, you just talk to me over there, and you can call me on the phone, whatever, or we could, whatever. Amy, yeah, that's cool. So like I was saying, back to the tribe again, that was the reason why I took off those things about the stones, because that's about the Siston-Wapta-Sioux tribe, Native American tribe, and if I would have left it out there, somebody would have gonna come by, see my videos, or figure out where it's at, and go over there and loot, and there's some stuff there that I'm telling you is incredible. One of them is a fucking chair that I found made out of stone. It looks like a fucking throne. A throne for a fucking king, all right? Or whatever, a chief. That's why. All right, Amy, I'll get back with you. Let me let this go. You're so right. Yeah, yeah. So that's why I had to take that stuff from the stone. But Amy, my book in the beginning, it starts off. My book starts off with the Native Americans in Chicago, and it also talks about how they were here, who was the last chief, which was Alexander Robinson, and how they were pushed out of here, and how the gangs formed right after that. The gangs formed in Chicago as soon as the Indians left, 1830s. Yeah, they know there's sacred stuff there. There is sacred stuff. That's why I got all the shit piled up. And I don't want to fuck around and get nothing on me, because that shit is real. I tell you, when I talk to you private, I tell you about some stuff. I'll tell you, okay, I'll say it right here live. So you guys gonna see that I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do some videos. Guess what? Siston, South Dakota, this is my report. I've received 3 reports within the last 5 years of a sighting, Amy, in Siston, South Dakota, down Whipper Road, of what? Of fucking Sasquatch. 3 Sasquatch sightings with people that are not crazy. Oh, I know you know, bro. Yeah, you're right. You know, everybody else don't know. They don't know, but the Sasquatch is out there. I like to have an interview with him. All right, let me let you go, Amy.